welcome to the weekend edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs, the most hardcore bodybuilding supplements on the market. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, and I'm here to bring you all the latest news in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. It's Friday, February 20th, 2015. Let's get to it. During the early and mid-2000s, the bodybuilding world was dominated by some of the biggest and freakiest athletes to ever take the stage. And there may not have been anyone bigger or freakier than Markus Ruhl. During the peak of his powers, Ruhl's absurd amount of muscle made him look like a real-life cartoon character on stage. But after battling through a series of injuries toward the end of his career, the German giant decided to hang up his posing trunks back in 2010. Unfortunately, it looks like the injury bug has struck again, this time by the way of a quadricep rupture he suffered after a fall on black ice. But true to form, Ruhl still looks to be going strong in the gym while undergoing physical therapy to get his quads back to the true monster form that they were. Rumors had been circulated recently that Ruhl was planning a comeback this year. Now with the injury, we probably won't see Ruhl back on stage till at least 2016. After nearly 3 years away from the stage, it looks like Dallas McCarver is finally going to make his pro debut. McCarver won his IFBB Pro card back in 2012 when he walked in out of nowhere to win the overall title at the North American Championships at just 21 years old. Earlier in the week, McCarver released an early progress photo 14 weeks out from his pro debut, showing off some impressive new size through the chest, arms, and shoulders. At the ripe age of 24, it looks like the sky's the limit for McCarver. And if he can manage to stay focused on bringing the best version of Dallas McCarver we've ever seen, I have no doubt that great things are in store for him in the very near future. After years of hearing the line, if he would only show up in shape, followed by his name, it looks like Brandon Curry is finally ready to put some of his naysayers to rest. With just over 2 weeks to go until he steps back onto the Arnold Classic stage, early signs indicate that we might be in store for the best version of Brandon Curry we've seen to date. Judging by his most recent photos, Curry looks to be noticeably harder at this point than what we've seen from him on stage in the past. Curry, who just recently inked a deal with SciTech Nutrition, has one of the best structural physiques in all of bodybuilding. If he can bring the look that we've all been waiting to see from him, he may very well leave Columbus with the first place check in hand. While she may not be getting ready to step on stage anytime soon, it doesn't look like Nicole Wilkins is leaving anything to chance as she prepares to defend her Ms. Figure Olympia title in late September. Over the weekend, the Golden Girl of Figure released some footage from her most recent leg training session, and it appears that one of the sport's leading ladies is already hitting the gym full throttle. Last year, Wilkins was simply stunning as she breezed to her record-setting 4th Figure Olympia crown. And barring any injuries, it's hard to imagine anyone mustering up enough oomph to give her a real challenge at this year's contest. While Mark Anthony, Jason Poston, and Sadiq Hadzovic look to be poised to square off in a colossal battle for supremacy at the top of the men's physique division, the way the dominoes will fall for the rest of the lineup at the Arnold is just about anyone's guess. And it looks like Rodney Razor is doing everything he can to add his name to the conversation of potential dark horse candidates who can shake things up. Razor released some new photos just over 2 weeks out from the biggest show of his career. Last year was quite the ride for Razor, who went from relative obscurity to start the year to finishing with a big win at the IFBB Felicia Romero Pro, earning himself an Arnold invite in the process. While Razor struggled with consistency in his conditioning a bit at the start of last year, he ironed out all the kinks by year's end. And if he can ride that wave into the Arnold, the top men in the lineup will be forced to take notice. And finally, this past weekend in Culver City, California, Shivash Fashi won the men's overall at the NPC Gold Coast Muscle Classic. Fashi came to the United States in 2007 from Iran with the resolve of making it big in the bodybuilding world. In 2011, with just $3,000 to his name, he opened an old school gym in an old gas station at a busy corner in Culver City. He called it Six Packs Gym. Ever since the doors opened, Six Packs has helped local residents as well as others lose thousands of pounds of fat and live an improved fitness-committed lifestyle. Fashi considers this his heartfelt way of giving back and saying thank you to America for shaping his life. Well, congratulations, Siavash, on the big win, and keep spreading the healthy word. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs, the most hardcore bodybuilding supplements on the market. Check out ironmaglabs.com today. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.